and welcome back to another edition of the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. You are watching Daily Dive. It is Thursday, April the 10th, 2025. I'm your host, Michael Carvelis in Guyton, Georgia. We're live on 12 on Sports via X, YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. Be sure to subscribe to the 12 on Sports YouTube channel for other great shows and live sports like the Box Lacrosse League games coming this summer. On today's awesome show, failure? Is it possible that if the Buffalo Bandits don't three-peat, they had an epic fail? I'll talk about it. Voter integrity. I'll get to a tweet that I had. I'm quoting Teddy Jenner, and I'll break down why it comes up for me. And must win. I've got 3 teams that I believe need to win, not just from mathematical standpoints, but from morale this weekend. Without further ado, we want to let you know this show is presented by the 12ouncesports.com ticketing platform. Go to 12ozsports.com and get your National Lacrosse League tickets for less by clicking the tickets banner or go to 12ouncesports.com/tickets. We're not just helping you get to the game, we're helping you save money because you're already going to the game. And the best part is they offer not just NLL, but every sport and other favorite music artist concerts, not to mention Broadway and theater. 12ouncesports.com sells tickets, and we appreciate you for your patronage. I still don't know where the patronage or I don't know. Alrighty, we want to first let you know, beginning next Monday, we have a new show start time at 4 p.m. Eastern every day. I will have more info on where Adam Levy and Pat Gregoire Fridays come into that. But new start time beginning the next week, Monday. We start at 4 p.m. Eastern. It'll help me get more rest because I work a night shift job again. And it'll help you engage even more because a lot of you voted for that 4 o'clock start time. So live it is, baby. Okay. We got to do it, folks. Here's the thing. The Buffalo Bandits have had quite a run. What they've done for the city of Buffalo and for the sport of lacrosse has been nothing short of spectacular. And for now 2 years in a row, Dane Smith has not just won his first championship, but he's won his second championship and done it in back-to-back fashion. John Tavares is cementing his legacy as one of the greatest lacrosse coaches, if not sports coaches, in history. But let's say, because I know a lot of people will put the Buffalo Bandits number 1 in a power rankings like I did yesterday, and rightfully so. Knowing what we know about the NLL this season with the parity, we got just how historic the Buffalo Bandits have been in terms of winning margin. Like, if we go to the standings right now, the goal differential for the Bandits is 2.9. That's a lot, historically speaking. So what if the Buffalo Bandits, let's say, even make the finals again? Let's say they lose a heartbreaking game 3. Like, best case scenario, if you want to lose, like, what is like the best way to lose while still being proud, but like, dang, it's still bittersweet. Losing a game 3 to a very like Vancouver or Saskatchewan or just name the team that you think is the best, like second best team. Would it be a failure if Buffalo doesn't three-peat? Immediately, the feeling is no. But I will once again harp on a point that I've been saying for a couple of weeks now. This Buffalo Bandits roster is going to be a laughing point 15 or 20 years from now because of how excellent it is. Adam Levy, friend of the show, goes on Twitter one day, like I think when the Bandits beat the Rush, and he was like, it's making the league not fun. And it was a compliment because the Buffalo Bandits are so good, it's like, oh, we know they're going to three-peat. But if they don't, it would be a failure. The only thing that you could argue, of like why it wouldn't be a failure is that guys will have day jobs, okay? But this roster, and I know on paper doesn't win it every year, this is, and I'm not even comparing any player to Kevin Durant right now with what he did in the NBA. But Kevin Durant to the Warriors made the Warriors unbeatable if healthy. Completely unbeatable. This Bandits roster, top to bottom, is unbeatable. And in the moment, again, Buffalo fans deserve the moral victory of, yeah, but we fought and we blah, blah, blah in this city. I get it. No, I understand, and you should be applauded for your fandom and your support. But everyone has to understand this would be a massive failure if Buffalo cannot three-peat. Because it makes no sense why they can't. If Christian Del Bianco makes 70 saves every game in the playoffs, you still have to three-peat. Not only can you go down in history as one of the best teams ever, but you have the roster that stays intact and for some reason keeps getting better because of the cap that exists but kind of doesn't exist. Like, players want to live in the Northeast. Pagula and the other people might be sliding Dane Smith and Josh Byrne a little incentive to stay there. It's a cap, but it's like a soft cap. So you can manipulate things, and kind of like what Joe Tsai obviously has got to do with the SEALs and Desert Dogs players. But you incentivize these people to stay, you stack the deck, you have a great coach, and these players are all fantastic. So when I say this, it's not just me being a hater. I am 1,000% saying you have no excuses. I'm literally saying you're the best team by far. That's why I believe on 2 or 3 different occasions I've done the second best topic this year. Because there is no clear number 2, but there is a clear number 1. And if the Buffalo Bandits do not find a way to three-peat, it's going to be looked at in the history books of the NLL as this league does eventually make it and grow like I think it will. We're going to look back and like, really? They couldn't do it? Like, why? It wouldn't make any sense. So what they've done so far has been absolutely amazing. They deserve all the credit in the world. And even then, winning 2 championships is going to be fantastic. But if you cannot pull off the three-peat as dominant as you've been this year, it will be a failure. One that when Dane Smith and Josh Byrne, not trying to get too personal, but when they're rocking back and forth in their, chairs, and maybe they do the 10,000th Dane and Josh episode. They're going to look back with a cigar in their hands and say, man, why couldn't we do that? It won't make any sense to them, just like it won't make any sense to me, if this doesn't happen. Again, it's pretty much etched in pencil right now. The Bandits should win. It should be etched in pen. Dare I say permanent marker. Donovan Lord, I think the answer to that is yes, although I'm not sure. I believe there has been a couple of three-peats. I can't remember. I don't know off the top of my head, though. Alrighty, folks. So we come back to this awesome show. I got to talk about the NLL Awards, and it's not where I think players stand. It's voter integrity. A couple of years on the show, we're going to talk about why I've come to this point and why I believe there's still an opportunity to get better for media members who vote on these things. Don't go anywhere. I know you're watching Daily Dive.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet you are watching. Daily Dive reminder, there's an audio-only podcast version of the show. Go to Spotify and search Daily Dive. Reminder, coming up this next Monday, new start time for Daily Dive, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the remainder of this season. We thank you for your flexibility and look forward to engaging with you live. Alrighty, let's get into it. Voter integrity. I will explain the graphic in a second here. So Teddy Jenner had a tweet where he said, we'll start with this. The Vancouver Warriors had a tweet where they quoted, they sent the link to an article by, I don't even see who wrote the article, that's a shame. Basically saying, here's what the Vancouver Warriors said. They got an MVP caliber effort from goaltender Christian Delbianco and secured their 4th consecutive win as they continue their push for the playoffs. Teddy Jenner said this. Let me ask this question. Here's what Teddy said. If the Warriors win out and get a home playoff game, does Delbs get consideration for MVP? To which I said this. Fun question. Actually, an amazing question by Teddy Jenner. I only see him finishing 4th or maybe even 3rd for goalie of the year. If any voter puts him in their top 5 for a 6-game sample size, that person does not deserve a league vote again. I'll debate if anybody does it, and I'll question their credibility as a fair journalist. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And this is not just a Delbianco subject. I'm gonna get to a bigger portion of this soon here. Christian Delbianco, in just 4 games, has an 82% save percentage. That's really stinking awesome. Has allowed under 10 goals for a game. That's really stinking awesome. Christian Delbianco also, I believe, has 4 assists already. That's stinking awesome. Christian Del Bianco, because the Calgary Roughnecks held him hostage, should not be close to your MVP ballots. Folks, you know who I'm talking to. This is not directed at fans. This is directed at fellow media members who have a bigger platform than I even do. You know it's not possible for him to win the MVP. The NLL season is 18 games long. The Vancouver Warriors, prior to getting Christian Del Bianco, had already won 5 games. You cannot convince me that if they win one more game than they did with the previous guy, that Del Bianco is an MVP. The sample size, when it's 33%, has got to matter. Let's do something else besides Del Bianco. Frank Scigliano for goalie of the year. I feel like every year Matt Vince can win goalie of the year. Why doesn't he? Well, the Bennett's roster and their defense. Okay. That's interesting. What about Nick Rose last year? Like, I find it very annoying when we completely ignore the 3 guys in front of the goalies and 2 or 3 guys on the perimeter blocking shots and like not even giving the offense a chance. And Frank Scigliano also, again, it's not his fault, but his backup came in and shut the door on 2 teams. And he's a rookie. Had no preparation for that moment. Didn't even know it was coming into the league. Said, no, we got to rule this in place. You got to start this guy instead. His teammate did that. Goalie of the year. How? When guys like Dylan Ward and Zach Higgins are carrying their teams, you're going to tell me that Frank Scigliano is goalie of the year? As again, there's broadcasters who sometimes have the awards votes are like, well, that's a goalie of the year. No, it's not. It's okay to have a different opinion for just once in our lives. And I'm not saying these award voters can't have different opinions. But if you cannot stand on business and argue your votes, and this goes for any league, not just the NLL, but the NLL is probably a bigger issue with it. I just feel like if you have a vote in any league, this is not politics. This is guys' lives and their legacies. You have to be able to back up what you say. Listen, from my understanding, there's a few disciples in the league of some big owners. That's what I'll say. I won't name specific owners, but just know the Toronto Rock logo is up there on this guy's hat in my little graphic I made. Because the same person that'll wear an NLL logo and try to represent the league will also just, like, again, I'll say it again. Last year, Nick Rose won goalie of the year. As if Mitch DeSnew and Brad Cree being, I think, both top 5 in blocks meant nothing. How do you rightfully say that? Unless you're like, oh, he doesn't have a goalie of the year. Who cares? In any sport, who cares? I don't care if a guy has 5 MVPs. I don't care if a guy has no MVPs. It doesn't matter. Why am I hearing Frank Scigliano and goalie of the year talk? You can't justify that. Because for every, they have an 11-5 record that you throw at me, I can tell you he's played less games and guys have better numbers than Frank Scigliano. So why are we pushing some agenda that shouldn't be there? You can be nice to guys and say they're having a great year without saying, he could be goalie of the year. No, he can't. No, he can't. It's not possible. Unless Zach Higgins and Dylan Ward fall flat on their face. Because if you give it to Scigliano, you're going to give it to Matt Vince. And you know they won't do that. Why would they? The Bands have a great roster. That's interesting. Because the Rush also have an amazing defense. So don't try that. If it goes to, again, I don't like when we try to be so nice, we're just lying to people. Another one. Dyson Williams, Rookie of the Year. It's time to have a tough conversation, folks. Some of these guys have watched Dyson Williams and known him since he was a kid. And I don't care. There is a player by the name of Adam Patra who, if he stays healthy and only missed, I think, one game, absolutely deserves Rookie of the Year. Now, you could argue maybe other people, but when Dyson Williams is having almost an identical year as Brandon O'Neal, the same voters who would say, no, it's not Brandon O'Neal, it's Dyson Williams. How can you say that? And I know they're going to be out there. So people are going to say, I don't hear anybody. No, people know they're out there. They all want Dyson Williams to be great, and he has been pretty good. But to ignore other people because we believe in these names is just sacrilegious, man. I cannot, with a straight face, even though I put Dyson Williams, like, gun to my head, 2 weeks left in the season, sure, he gets my vote right now. But if Adam Patra keeps on dominating the way he has, give it to the guy who deserves it, and Adam Patra. And I didn't hear anybody talk about Adam Patra preseason. Nobody. I love Brandon O'Neal, but am I going to sit here and say he's had a better year than Will Johansson or Adam Patra? No. It shouldn't be that way. And then for the MVP. Guys, if Connor Fields keeps up what he's doing in the final 2 weeks of the year, I don't know what he has to do in order to win the MVP if he doesn't win it this year. Because the same argument as, well, the Nighthawks have a great offense. Okay, Bennett's, y'all just gave it to Josh Byrne last year. Like, why was Josh Byrne the MVP? If he's got Dane Smith in the crew. Like, what? I just have a strange feeling, man. I've got a feeling, my inner Black Eyed Peas, I have a feeling I'm going to be very angry at these awards once again this year. And I wish, because I think fans deserve better. I think, and again, this sometimes is not just an NLL problem, but the NLL it's emphasized. Guys, we've got to do the right, we've got to give the awards to the right people. And if you make a vote, please tell people who you voted for and why. Make your case. And again, I can disagree if it's like the MVP this year is so close. And I brought up the Connor Fields point, but make no mistake, if the Nighthawks, if the Roughnecks make the playoffs, Curtis Dixon should 1,000% be in the discussion. If the Mammoths make the playoffs, Dylan Ward should be in the discussion. If the Black Bears make the playoffs, Zach Kiggins, Jeff, I don't know which one you want to pick, should be in the discussion. But tell me what your answer is. Don't just give it to this guy. Like if Del Bianco pops up in any MVP conversations, I'm going to lose my mind. If Frank Scigliano, if they all stay on the same pace and Frank Scigliano pops up as a finalist for Goalie of the Year, why? Like, make your vote make sense. I don't care who treats you nice. I don't care who is, deserves it. It doesn't matter. Who played the best, man? That's it. I can like Connor Fields all I want, but if other players have if Zach Curry and the Seals finish well, Zach Curry deserves a lot of credit. I know the first 2 years I've done this show, I've seen it where it's like when Del Bianco won his MVP, it baffled me because I'm like, what? Why? Because he had a bunch of assists? I'm not saying he's not a fantastic goalie, but most valuable player to me, all I heard about was the assist, and it's like, come on, man. I got to hear more from people. Again, last year, I promise you, one of the biggest arguments was Nick Rose has not won Goal of the Year. And I have no sympathy for that. That's not my problem. That's just sometimes how the cards fall, man. Suck it up and deal with it. Nick Rose will sleep just fine if he wins a ring and he's got no Goalie of the Year. He'll be fine. He knows that there are goalies out there who deserve it more. Last year they gave it to Nick Rose, and I was saying to Nick Rose himself, like, dude, like, it's not a knock on you personally. It's just sorry. Brad Cree and Mitch Stu existed, and no one seemed to care, which made no sense to me. Same people that won't give it to Matt Vince. I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be some awards this year where I'm not gonna be happy. All right. We come back to Daily Dive, must win. I've got 3 teams who mathematically are not out of it, even with a loss, but I think really need a victory to ensure they have confidence they can win a championship. You're watching Daily Dive. Don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap it up next.
Don't go anywhere. Daily Dive will be right back.
You need tickets to that next event? We've got them. That's right, tickets.12ozsports.com. Get you to any sporting event, concert, theater event that you can think of. And the promo code 12OZ or ROME gets you an additional discount. Don't feed the massive ticket corporate machine. Go to tickets.12ozsports.com and enjoy the show. America, get back on track with Dust Pod's Performance Stabilizer. When applied to roadways, it kills dust and strengthens the integrity of the road. Easily applied by mixing with water, Dust Pods is the future in polymer stabilization. Call 1-833-DUST-PODS or visit dustpods.com today.
Daily Dive is back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is once again Thursday, April 10th, 2025. You're watching Daily Dive live on 12 on Sports via X, YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. We've had some commenters today. We appreciate all of you. A reminder that next week we're going to start at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern live every day moving forward, and we'll have some more announcements as well. Thank you for your flexibility and your support as always. Speaking of support, reminder to get the tickets to the next NLL game, because we know you're going to the game. Why not buy them for less? Go to 12ouncesports.com, click the tickets tab at the top, or go to 12ouncesports.com/tickets. We thank you, but you'll thank us as well. That was a great bar by me just now. Okay. So, new segments. I really should have been doing this to start the year, but I like this. It's not bad. Okay, that's Diving Man, by the way. He's cool. So, here's the thing. This weekend, there is a 6-game slate. And while none of the teams I'm about to discuss mathematically need a victory, but for their own brain and psyche and morale, they need to win. And I don't know if some of them actually will win. Let's talk about it right now. Again, mathematically may not matter, but we'll see. Alrighty. Where are we at? I just got a text about it. I must win. Number 1, Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Las Vegas Underdogs go to Ottawa to take on the Black Bears. Oof. Guys, Las Vegas just bleat. They just beat Toronto. They're feeling good. They're fine. They've got 4 wins. It's their, like, they won a championship in their minds. Ottawa just got smacked around by Rochester in a game that was supposed to be very good. Wasn't that good because Ottawa didn't have a pulse offensively once again. I don't think Ottawa gets eliminated with a loss, but it would, like, 7-10 would be gross and might be on might be basically like stepping off the cliff and hoping you don't fall down all the way. So mathematically, you probably need a win, but for your psyche, are you going to lay down? If Las Vegas walks into Ottawa and beats the Black Bears, you can kiss any fan support you might have had goodbye. Because to this point, Ottawa, who started the year pretty decently, like I think they blew up Toronto, a banged up Toronto team to start the year, and now it's like 7-9. But you've got Jeff Teets, you've got Zach Higgins. They don't. Ottawa, you must win this game for more reasons than one. Next up, I'm going to go to the Saturday, also 7 o'clock game. Good Lord, there's 3 7 o'clock games this Saturday. Georgia Swarm at the Philadelphia Wings. Listen, I'm going to explain the situation in the context again for those who might have missed the Georgia Swarm game. I don't expect you to watch every game in Duluth. So, Philadelphia walked into Georgia last week having lost 8 straight. In the first minute of the game, Adam Wiedemann lays out Brandon O'Neill, and so Mitch Jones takes exception and gets in a fight, gets a game misconduct, gets ejected. After that, the Georgia Swarm go up 6-1 almost automatically. And the Wings, who had, again, lost 8 straight, the Wings, who again were 5-10, walked down the Georgia Swarm. And I sent a stat that was interesting. Lyle Thompson had never beaten the Philadelphia Wings in Georgia. So why not the Swarm, if you are truly a contender, even though the mighty have fallen, if you are still a contender and you have a chance in hell, go beat Philadelphia in Philadelphia. Can't be too hard, right? I don't care if Mitch Jones does the game of his life. Go beat the Wings. Go get your revenge. Show you're the better team. Because if you don't, you're not only in danger of missing the playoffs, but really? Come on, man, really? All right. And finally, listen, man, people in a certain place are not going to like this. But 7:30 on Saturday, the Buffalo Bandits host the Halifax Thunderbirds. Folks, the Buffalo Bandits were 12-4. Even with a loss in the rush win, the Bandits still hold the tiebreaker for the win because they won head-to-head. Like they have the tiebreaker for the 1 seed. If I'm Halifax, I've been super hot. But you know what would make me feel sexy? If I walk into Buffalo and do what a few teams already have this year. Beat the Bandits. Again, folks, there is more incentive in this game for Halifax to beat Buffalo than there is for Buffalo to beat Halifax. Halifax is 10-6. Here's an even better thing. Halifax is 10-6. They're 4-3 on the road. Buffalo, 3 of their 4 losses are coming home. Again, San Diego, Calgary, Vancouver. 3 teams that I think are pretty potential contenders. If Halifax wants to be in the same breath as those 3 teams, you find a way to beat the Bandits. If not, why will I ever pick you to win the championship? Why do you deserve respect? Because again, Seals, Roughnecks, and Warriors have shown it's possible. So, again, if Bandits have no incentive to win this game, all they have to do is just win next week and they're good. Now, granted, I think a win does lock up the 1 seed, which makes now my point a little bit mute. But I'm just saying. Buffalo Bandits, they're vulnerable at home, at least in the regular season, and I do believe Halifax can win. I'm really not second guessing that because I'm looking at Buffalo has to play Halifax. Why wait till you're in Georgia to lock up the 1 seed? Now, for my sake, I'm going to that game next week on April 19th. I would love nothing more than to see the Thunderbirds beat Bandits this week and then somehow the Swarm get a victory to make the playoffs and solidify their spot. Oh, gosh. That would be interesting. And then I'm going to have to see the Bandits face to face. I don't know about that. All right, that's must win. So we'll go with Ottawa and Georgia. I think Halifax needs a win for the morale, but Buffalo still might win because they can lock up the 1 seed now I think about it. All right, cool, whatever, who cares? The show stinks. All righty. Thanks so much again for tuning in to the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talks from the plant. It's been a fun ride once again. A reminder, if you want to engage with the show live, we're starting next week, 4 p.m. Eastern for the rest of the season. We appreciate you once again for your flexibility and your willingness to engage with the show and help us out there. Reminder to go to our social medias at Daily Dive LEX, where you can see Coach Leroy sharing amazing stories on Instagram. Check out me breaking news, or check out show updates, graphics, etc. And while you're there, if you're in the social media bios, click the link. There you'll see a direct link to our store, or go to dailydivelacks.creator-spring.com for the baddest merchandise, the most awesome merchandise, the most amazing merchandise around. Thank you for everything. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, so much sports. Remember, we'll be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so keep that part in mind. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, so on sports. This has been Daily Dive. Bye.
Thanks for watching Daily Dive. See you next time.